Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
Nobody cares, chat. Nobody cares except you guys. So thanks for being here. Welcome, everybody, to another Thursday evening of That Fuzz and Rock Show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, degenerates of all ages, it is good to see you guys again. Hanging out with us on yet another Thursday, and it's beautiful outside. Why are you guys inside? Like, take your phone and go outside with it. Hang out outside. What's up, Sick? Good to see you, man. Hey, man, I'm back on PlayStation, brother. Hope you got my friend request the other day. So I'm back doing a little Borderlands, trying to work my way back up to Modern Warfare again, I guess. I don't know. I got bored. I figured I'd fire the thing back up and see what I can do with it. So yeah, man, we're just kind of doing our thing over here, guys. So yeah, it's Thursday evening. Fun. Hopefully you got, oh, cool. You did get it, man. Good. So yeah, I hope everybody's out and about tonight doing some cool stuff. JT Maxey's has acoustic over at, that's on Wolf Road, right? Yeah. JT Maxey's over on Wolf Road has acoustic. Go check that out. Rosemary, good evening. Good to see you as well. I know Tommy V's got that thing at Spitzy's tonight. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on, guys. Get out and enjoy your time, Get out and have fun. Enjoy yourself, unlike me, who kind of sits in the bunker, but I have good reason because I produce all this stuff for you. How's that sound? Is that a good excuse? No, yes, maybe. Well, anyways. So listen, guys, we have our proud sponsors, Upstate Records. Upstate Records. What more can we say about them? Mario and Kim are over there killing it. You guys can peep all their socials, Facebook.com, Upstate Records. Instagram is at Upstate Records, INC, upstaterecords.bandcamp.com. And of course, their home on the old interwebs is at www.upstaterecordsny.com. Make sure you guys are going and checking it out. They get a ton of music up there. Support local, independent record label here in the good state of New York. especially in the 518, and killing it. Go check it out, guys. Please, please, please. We, of course, are semi-killing it over here, I guess you can call it. We're on YouTube over at youtube.com/That Fuzz and Rock Show. We're on Facebook at That Fuzz and Rock Show. Insta and TikTok also at That Fuzz and Rock Show. Guys, do me a huge favor. Go follow our socials. Go over to YouTube and subscribe over there. It would be great. Click that little notification bell. You guys will know exactly when we go on live. And we do have a bunch of cool stuff coming up. Coming up on the show in the upcoming weeks, we have interviews from Lauren Petrie. She is a comedian out of New York City. Really, really funny lady. And let me tell you, holy shit. I was reading her bio. Her bio is unbelievable. Like, wait do you hear some of the stories she's got? It's absolutely incredible. We have Glass Pony coming up this month. The Callous Dowboys. They are a national act out of Atlanta, I want to say. And we just caught a good interview with them the other day. That was awesome. Of course, on the 16th, the interview with Styx frontman Lawrence Gowan is going to be crazy. Oh, you did get us, huh? Yeah. We went on and just kind of screwed around. Had a lot of fun. So we got so much in store, guys. Please stay tuned. Speaking of Ralph, of course, CapitalUndergroundRadio.com. Head over there, sign up on the email list. You guys will get some emails as to what's going on over there. Of course, Shuffle Extreme, 24 hours once again of your favorite music all day, all night. And go check them out over there. Also, of course, all that stuff you can find at ralphrenna.com. Check that out over there. And speaking of friends of the show, we have the folks over at the King's Inn. We developed a little relationship with them, and I'm glad we did because A, they're a lot of fun to hang out with. B, it's a great little bar. And C, I guess you make enemies as well, but we won't go into that right now. That's just another bust on cast. Don't worry about that. So the King's Inn, it's at 6 at McDonald Ave in Schenectady. Great little hometown bar. Open mic every Wednesday night at 7. They host karaoke there every once in a while. We see that. They have guest bartenders. Of course, I've done it before. I'll be doing it again in October, I believe, and trying to get to play with the tradition. Have Ralph up there to hang out and play a couple sets for us. We'll see about that. But September 10th is the big one over there. It's called King's Fest over at the King's Inn. It's 12 to 7 on September 10th. There's going to be 5 bands there, a chicken barbecue, a 50-50, which benefits the Montgomery County SPCA no-kill shelter. It's a $20 donation. I believe all of those donations go directly to the bands, which is great. And then once you're there, you can get another 50-50, which is for the Montgomery County SPCA. I get those letters right, so I'm not talking about like something else. The King's Inn is great, Rosemary. It's a fun place to hang out and pick on the bartenders, especially Cassidy. She's like my arch enemy now. Can't stand the woman. Kidding, of course. So today's big thing, I guess, on the old socials, Facebook, and media and stuff like that. Tommy Lee, big oops, I guess, from what he says. So he posted this, and yes, we have it pixelated, I guess they call it. So you can't see exactly what's going on, but there's no secret there. We all know Tommy's the thing's about mid-thigh, I would say. But either way, it has to be pixelated. So he posted that on his Instagram with a big oops. Like, you don't type oops and then put an oops. You know what I mean? You just don't. Yes, I have met Fuck You Frank. And I think everybody that's been to King's Inn has met Fuck You Frank. Fuck You Frank and I, we had an interaction and it was great and it was funny. So back to Tommy Lee there. Tommy Lee decided he was going to post an oops and post this picture today, followed immediately by this picture. It says, how do you breathe through that little thing? Like the guy talking to the elephant, I guess, is what he's trying to come across as. So he posts the caption, oops, like, you know, like, I don't get it. Like, it's not an oops because you clearly knew what you were doing. So some of the comments, his wife posted caps, oh my God, right? Comedian Ryan Sickler says, does the camera add 5 pounds? And the dating app Grinder, this is the best one. The dating app Grinder actually responded to that saying, wrong app, babe. I didn't see it when it first posted. I had to go actually look for it. Somebody explained to me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with Tommy Lee? And they explained it, and I kind of followed the whole. I went to TMZ and looked at what they had to say about it and all that shit. And yeah, big oops, Tommy. But I mean, come on. Listen, if I had that apparatus, I'd probably be posting it too. No lie, I'd probably be posting it too. But that's why, see, I do this show with no pants on, but that's why you only see me from like here up. Because ain't no Tommy Lee down there. Mm-mm. Hate to disappoint you, ladies, but I can, however, tie a cherry stem in a knot with my tongue. So I guess that's bonus points right there, right? Or imagine? No. I don't know, guys. So listen, coming up soon, we have our interview with Eric, and it was an amazing interview. It was kind of short, but Eric, of course, from Plague Years. It was a little bit short. His answers were a little bit shorter than I was hoping for, so I didn't have enough questions for him. Normally, I do. What's that? Oh, the skateboard, dude. You like the board? Yeah, dude. That's a one-off right there, bro. That is a one-off. Tommy, you know what? But listen, Rosemary, let's be honest. I mean, if you have one like that, you can act like that. You know what I mean? Like if you have a dick that big, like why would you not show it off? You know what I mean? Like I'd be walking around all the time. Like if I could, like if I didn't get kicked off of Facebook and YouTube, I'd do the show sitting back there. If I had that, you know what I mean? If I had that apparatus, I'd be sitting way back there, just kind of swinging it around. You know what I mean? Why not, right? Doing a little helicopter. You know, it's listen. I'd say I'm average at best. You know what I mean? I can still helicopter, which is good. So, we into the TMI yet? Are we into the TMI zone yet? Probably, right? So that's my take on Tom. You know what? Good for you, dude. 50, he's like 54, 55 years old, 56, something like that. He's in his 50s, mid 50s, and clearly still going strong with the third arm. So good for you, Tommy. God bless you, brother. Hopefully you didn't lose your Instagram because they tend to frown on that. So like I said about the interview, it's going to be a little bit shorter show than normal. I'm just sitting here kind of bullshitting with you guys for a couple minutes. Then we're going to play the interview, and then I have a little tribute to my father. My father, yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of his passing away. So I have a little tribute at the end of the show to him. And I'm going to play a couple songs that him and his longtime music partner did like live songs. They're pretty good. One is of those. It's like a trio. It's like him and father on guitar, Steve Caddick on banjo, and I think it's Ernie Bellinger on the tuba. So the three of them playing, and then at the end, it's a video that Steve put together for my father of my father was singing and playing one of the songs. So it was cool. So I'm going to play those two for you guys. Hopefully you hang around, stick around and listen to that at the end. It's a pretty good thing. But I'll set that up against once we get around to doing that tribute. But so I did a good thing today. I did my good deed for the day. And I believe that I may have saved somebody's relationship today. Pretty proud of myself, you know? So here's how it went down. I went to lunch with my buddy. Oh, I better not say his. Okay. So I can't say his name because, you know, I don't want people who know me and or my friends. We have mutual friends or whatever. Excuse me. I don't want you guys. I don't want to air somebody's business. But so I had lunch with a buddy of mine today. Let's put it that way. And he told me that he had cheated and got caught, which is never a good thing. I'm not an advocate of cheating or treating people like shit or whatever. You know, like, listen, if it's not there for you in a relationship anymore, move the fuck on. That's the way I look at it. But that's neither here nor there. So told me he cheated and he got caught. And his reasoning for it was, I'm just going to give you the short version because it was a pretty long conversation, but His reason for cheating was that he was tired of the same old thing over and over again, like all the time. You know what I mean? Like for the rest of his life. That's what he told me. So, and he put it in different words, but I'm trying to kind of clean it up a little bit, anyways. So he's tired of the same old pee forever, for the rest of his life, or whatever, however he worded it. So I told him to answer a couple of questions for me. And I said, honestly, and you got to answer me honestly. He said, okay, well. So I said, do you still beat off? And kind of looked at me funny. I'm like, fair question. So he was kind of hemming and hawing and like, I'm like, just answer. It's like, what the fuck, we're both men here. Do you still beat off? He said, yeah. He said he does. So I said, you've been with your woman a number of years. I don't want to say how many years. I said, are you ready to go and jerk off another dude? And he really looked at me funny. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, of course not. Why the fuck would I do that? So I told him, I said, if you still get off beating off and you've had your apparatus for however old you are, I'm not going to say how old he is either, because, some people might put two and two together. I said, you're not tired of that same old thing? I said, either you go beat off another dude, or that is not a valid excuse for you to fucking cheat. He's like, yeah, but there's no buts. Like, that is not a valid excuse. Like, you need to go talk to your girl and try to work things out. So about an hour afterwards, he's like, I'm going to talk to her right now. So somehow my asshole logic fucking worked. I don't know how, but it did. So listen, can't all have friends like me. All right. So when you need advice, come to Old Fuzz. Send your friends my way. I'll give it for free. Free therapy. We could actually sit here and do a show at like a therapy session. That would be cool. Sit down, talk about your problems, as long as you're not shy. Sit around. Damn. Sorry about that, guys. Sit down, talk about your problems, and I'll give you some advice on what to do. It's probably going to involve something, asking questions about whether you fucking beat off or rub one out or whatever you want to call it. You guys know me. You know how I am. I can't be the only one that has like panties displayed in the studio now or sent to them. I don't know. You know what I mean? Sorry, guys. I need to sing about agua, clear the old throat action. So what are you guys up to tonight? Let's talk. What do you guys, what's everybody doing tonight? If you're not, if you're doing it and not watching the show, clearly you can't answer. But those of you who are out there, what are you guys up to tonight? I know Sicko's probably driving home. This is usually his time to drive on the old, I wouldn't say expressway either, because ain't no express on that shit. Working on a video. Hell yeah, man. When do we get to see this video, Rosemary? Well, wait. What kind of video is it, first of all? And second of all, when do we get to see this video? Because that sounds cool. I think, I think I'm going to do, because it's going to be an early night tonight. I think when the interview's done and I get done with the show and everything, I might head over to JT Maxey's and hang out with my nephews, because my nephews are going to be on, I think they're 7 to 10, 3-hour set. So, yeah, see, I knew it's sick. I knew you were driving home. So I might go over and hang out. So if you guys aren't doing anything, if you're sitting there chilling, watching at home, bored, not doing anything, let's go hang out at JT Maxey's. What do you think? Guys, in. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm actually going to go out. I'm actually going to go. Well, I do remember that was an amazing video. I like that one. Well, nothing too sexy is okay too. You know what I mean? As long as it's done by you and it's tasteful, Rosemary, I'm fine with that. So can't wait to see it. So keep up the good work. Let's keep up the hard work, good work. Either way. All right, let's get to this interview, guys. Let's see what's going on in the realm of the boys from Plague Years. This was recorded the other day, so I'm gonna play it for you, and then after that, come back in. We'll talk about Pops for a minute, and I'll let you guys go. So check this out. This is Eric from Plague Years, and we'll be back. Folks, we got a banger for you guys today. I'm excited. I have Eric here from Plague Years. What's up, Eric?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I appreciate you taking your time out, stopping by and hanging out with us today.
Yeah,
Won't take
no
up too
problem.
much of your time. We want to talk about this new album you guys got out, man. I listened to it the other day. I'm telling you, man, it hits. You guys
Oh, yeah,
did a
thank
really
you.
good job, man. Really good job. So the newest release is called All Will Suffer. It came out in July, correct?
Yep, July
Alright.
8th.
Big shout out to MNRK Heavy, and we'll get into the album in just a few minutes. Let's talk about the band. You guys are from Detroit, right?
Yeah.
In that area, all right. How'd you guys first get together?
So me and the drummer Mike have been jamming together since I want to say I was like 15 or 16. Ryan, I've known for a long time. I mean, probably since like 2008. And then Tim's I've known Tim since like 2005. So me and Mike had already had that idea together, and then I reached out to Tim because he played in bands back in like, I don't know, 07 or something like that. And I was like, you know what, I remember this dude having a good voice, you know, could scream well, you know. So I just reached out to him. He hadn't played in a band in damn near a decade. And and we just kept at it. It took a while. It started in like 2016, and then it finally manifested.
So this is all the original lineup you guys have still, right?
Yes, us four, yeah. We always play with like a fifth guitar player. But yeah, that position has been rotating as far as who's available for the most part.
Gotcha. Let's get into some of your older stuff for a second. You first was a self-titled EP called Plague Years 2017 EP.
Yeah, that was with our original guitar player too. At the time, he played on that one and the next one.
That's Unholy Infestation 2018.
Yeah,
that was another EP, right?
Yeah, that was the one where if you listen to both of them, the first one was more so like the original guitar player's kind of ideas, and then the next album or the next EP is kind of like, okay, this is what we're envisioning between his ideas and my ideas, but definitely more of like the vision that me and Mike had when we first started the band. And then after that, he had left, and then it's just continued from there.
So then you guys put out your first full length in 2020. That was Circle of Darkness.
Yeah,
correct?
During the pandemic, yeah.
So how was that for you guys? Did you guys have a lot of time to sit down and write, or was it like, were you guys separated a lot, or what?
Yeah, we were for the first bit of it, man, we didn't get together for a while just because there was just nothing. There was like nothing in the foreseeable future. So there was a lot of just like hang out. Plus, I don't even you couldn't really do anything anyway. So,
right.
Everyone was just staying home. So I was doing a lot of writing at home for sure. And some of the songs that are on All Will Suffer were ideas that started then. So yeah, I constantly stay writing. It's kind of just a problem. I wish I could just turn it off sometimes because it's just like it just keeps going and going and going.
Dude, I know, man. Let it stay on. Hell, it's it's taking you places for sure. So that brings us to All Will Suffer, the newest EP. So let me ask you this: how has the music evolved from the self-titled EP Plague Years from 2017 to now? How has your music kind of evolved into what it is today?
I think that just gets heavier and darker at each record. Unholy, because the very first EP we put out is way more like, I don't know, there's like deathy kind of riffs in there, and like it's like it's got way more like it's just more technical, I guess. I wouldn't consider it like technical metal by any means, but it's just more like like stuff going on. And then the next record, it gets simpler but way heavier. And then it just kind of progresses from there. I'd say we're getting a little bit more death metal heavy as each record comes out.
Well, let's talk about your influences for a second, because when I first played it, I got like, I want to say like it was like a Slayer Creator kind of vibe from it, but it's go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, for me, it's like a lot of it comes from like, old Slayer stuff and heavy Sepultura stuff. Sepultura would be like the the image we're trying to go far in the sense where they have like a lot of heavy shit going on. You
Mhm.
know, Slayer's heavy, but they're more, you know, traditional thrash, where Sepultura kind of pushed the bar to get
Sure,
heavier
absolutely.
than that. You know what I mean? So
Yep. No,
that's kind of
absolutely.
where we're at, you know.
How about other? Did you have any other influences besides like? Do you have any like weird influences that kind of people wouldn't be able to pick out of it?
Um, I don't know. There's certain things like I remember, you know, there's times I'm at work where this dude's playing some music. It's some like emo music, but it's a math rock, I guess is what it's called. And but there's certain parts I'll hear like the polyrhythms and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'll take that, you know, and go incorporate it in some kind of metal way.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, no, I mean, for the most part, it's kind of the same. It's a lot of like Megadeth and Metallica, and you know, Demolition Hammer. You know,
Mhm.
Demolition Hammer is
Sure.
super big influence, especially on the later stuff. You know.
Yep. So let's talk about the new. Let's talk about the new EP now, because, dude, I mean, this thing packs a punch, dude. When I first put it on, I was the second song, "Suffer," hits freaking hard, dude. Like from the get go, it just comes out swinging like that. You guys, that's probably my favorite of the four. So if I had to ask you about your favorite, could you pick one, or is that like asking somebody to pick a favorite kid?
Yeah, I don't know. It's changing always. I feel like, um, yeah, I'd probably still stick with Suffer. Like, it was always when we were deciding which song to do the single for, it was between Suffer and Curse.
Mhm.
And I was like, I just Suffer. I just had that riff in the beginning. That was the first riff I really wrote for the record. All I wrote was those first two riffs. I was like, damn, this shit's fucking just ass beating. Like, I gotta, like, this shit's so hard.
Yeah.
And so I was like, we got to do this one for the single. So I'd definitely still sick with Suffer.
So it's a 4-track EP called All Will Suffer. It's available now on LP, CD, and digital. Check most of your platforms for availability. Again, shout out to MNRK Heavy. Tell us a little bit about tell us a little bit about it. Like, there's 4 songs: Make You Mortal, Suffer, Realm of Filth, and Curse. Tell us about a couple of the songs.
I mean, Make You Mortal is just like, with that song, I was like, I mean, super Demolition Hammer influence on that song. Like, that was definitely like what I was jamming when I wrote that song.
Mhm.
I just, yeah, I mean, Suffer was like, I knew I wanted to have some kind of super heavy intro. I wanted to be super intense. And then I wanted to have like a riff that was like, with like the end part, to me, I just call it's like some Slayer like on steroids or something. It's just like, it's a super Slayer type riff, but it's like got its own swag to it. Mike kind of does like this swing with the hi-hats instead of it being so straight.
Sure.
It just has like a cool feel to it, you know. And then you know, at the end, the one thing I really liked that we did on Circle of Darkness that I wanted to add more of was more double bass, like chunkier parts. So that Suffer part, I was like, yeah, I just want to do some crazy rhythmic pattern and then let it just be
Mhm.
heavy as fuck, you know, and just let it
Yeah.
ride out. But yeah, I mean, they were just like 4 songs that kind of came together. It didn't take, like, I had the music written for it probably sometime last year, but it just kind of like the way, you know, the way recording happens and schedules and this and that, you know, it takes some time. And but yeah, I mean, it's definitely like the prequel to what's going to come next. You know, this is kind of where we're going to stay. I want to keep trying to push it and just be heavier and heavier and heavier.
Where did you guys record this?
We did the drums in Toledo. I can't remember the studio name right at the top of my head right now. His name's Sean Oceanassi. I think I say his name. I'm probably butchering it. It's terrible, but he's an awesome dude. He did all the drums for us, and
Yep.
then I did all the guitars just at home. I just recorded everything, and then I had everything DI'd so I could have multiple tones to choose from.
Sure.
And then I also recorded the vocals, and then I just had it mixed and mastered. And yeah, so pretty much I did most of it just in my apartment.
Okay.
But the drums are all recorded in the studio.
Oh, cool. So let's get into your writing process a little bit. I'm curious to know, and I ask this of probably every band that I interview, because it's just interesting to kind of get into your mind a little bit. Like, how does the writing process for the band work? Like, are you primarily the one that writes the songs, and how do you get from just an idea that kicks in your head to a completed track?
So yeah, I write like the songs for the most part, but I send them out to them all the time to see what they're thinking or anything like that. For me, it's like I just literally will grab my guitar and I'll just hop on Reaper and I'll just start messing around. I have so many like demo songs on my computer, so it's just like it just starts there. I'll pick up my guitar and be like, I need to write something like this, or I might hear something and be like, "Ooh, I like how this sounds. I'm gonna try to accomplish that same kind of feel." You know what I'm saying? And just like hop on my computer and start working at something.
Do you pretty much record everything that you, when you guys jam and all that stuff, so that you, if you hear something, you're like, oh shit, wait a minute, what was that? You know, like.
We never have done any kind of pre-production as a full band.
Mm.
Usually, what ends up happening is I just do it all fake drums, and then Mike will actually like play way better drums on it than I can program,
Sure.
and he's got way more feel, you know.
Right.
And then it just kind of goes from there. We learn the songs, and then we'll hop in the studio.
Now, do you guys have any plans of like an upcoming tour in support of All Will Suffer? Or?
We're doing 5 days with Creeping Death and 200 Stab Wounds, and then we got plans to do some stuff in October. It just hasn't been announced yet or anything like that. So,
Are you guys doing like regional stuff, or is it going to go a little further?
We're gonna be doing a little bit of regional stuff because the last 2 tours we've gone to basically like Texas all the way up and down the West Coast and the Midwest area, but we haven't really been east or like south. You know what I mean?
Right.
Down in Florida. I haven't been to Florida in a while, so I definitely want to start hitting some stuff around that area. So yeah, it'll be regional for a little bit, but then we'll be back to doing some big tours.
Good. We got a nice place called Empire Live here. Holds a bunch of people. Come up and kick our asses, man. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So is there anything else you want to tell the folks about before we let you go? I have a bunch of your links and stuff that I'll give them to you, but anybody you want to shout out or anybody you want to anybody you want to insult, whatever you want to do, you know what
I mean? no, just go pick up that record, man. Go check us out. All Will Suffer out everywhere.
Definitely, man. You guys can check out Plague Year's newest release, All Will Suffer. It's out now on MNRK Heavy, and you can check them out. It's facebook.com/Plague Years DET. That's for Detroit. Twitter and Instagram, it's Plague Years MI. You can check out MNRKheavy.com. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, MNRK Heavy, and they are on there with them, and you can check them out. Eric, man, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you stopping by and talking to us, man. And I hope to see you soon on the East Coast, man. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. We're gonna get out there for sure.
Cool, man. Good luck with the album, and we'll talk soon, brother. Thank you.
All right, man. Yep. Thanks for having me.
Take care. Totally cool, dude. Totally a good interview, man. So I appreciate your time, Eric. If you're out there watching, listening, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, it was a good time. And make sure you guys are doing that. It's Monarch Heavy, Monarch Heavy, MNRKheavy.com. You guys can check it out over there. That's the easiest place to get the album other than digitally. Check your local platforms for availability. And go check out that album. It's a heavy hitter, man. It's definitely heavy. So yesterday marked the 1 year anniversary of the passing of my father. Definitely not an easy day. I guess the 1 year is the hardest. They supposedly get easier, but still rough when you lose somebody, especially now that both my parents are gone, so my father was a musician his whole life from when he was like 12, 13, somewhere around there, and played the guitar, the banjo, bass, keyboard, sang. I believe there was some mandolin in there somewhere, maybe a ukulele or two. The oud, O-U-D, which is a Middle Eastern style instrument. This looks like you're playing a big pear with a neck on it. Kind of funny. But yeah, he was very well rounded in quite a few instruments and Very good singer. Very, very good singer. So music was his life. He played up until he was, I would say, late 70s, almost early 80s, I guess. So he played for quite a long time, and he was in the Tri-County Banjo Band. He was a member of Skip Parsons' Riverboat Jazz Band for years and years. Had his own thing going, recorded a couple albums with his musical partner, Steve Caddick, who was from Massachusetts. Steve's actually in the Banjo Hall of Fame, which is kind of cool. I didn't even know there was one, but he's definitely in it for sure. Steve's a super cool guy. His wife, Sandy, and my mom were like best friends. And Steve and my father were best friends. And they would go on vacations all the time. But their vacations were basically, they would record stuff. Like they recorded their first one in Cape Cod, the other one in Maine, I believe. And just at like these houses they were renting, they would be there for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it was. And they would record music. And they were always like sending stuff on the internet where my father would arrange a whole bunch of stuff for Steve's other bands that he had going on and some of his solo stuff, I guess. My father did over like 300 arrangements for him. So my father's a pretty cool guy. He was a forensic chemist for the state police for years. He worked for the health department first and then moved on to be forensic chemist for the state police for years. Retired in early 90s to become a full-time babysitter for my sister's twins and then her other son when he was born. So that was probably his favorite job of all of them. He loved being a granddad. You know what I mean? It was cool. And him and I had, we had our differences and we would always argue, but it wasn't like really like hateful argument. It was just kind of like arguing because, but we had fun with it. So, and for the last few years of his life, he was having trouble getting around and stuff like that. So I moved back in with him to help him out a little bit and take care of stuff around the house and the lawn and stuff that he couldn't do anymore and stuff like that, So we got really close towards the end, which was amazing. It was awesome. And I'm thankful that I did that. So it's not the easiest thing to be 40-something years old and move back in with your father, but it was the right thing to do. So I'm glad I did it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you guys there's 2 songs in this video. I put them together. The first song is they're playing with the trio. And I don't know what the other one was a recorded song. They did it. It's called Hugging and Chalking. My father's singing on that one and playing guitar, I believe. Maybe banjo. I don't know. But, can't stand up. You guys almost got a little, like a quarter Tommy Lee there. Gotta be careful. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that kind of as a tribute to the old man for being 1 year up there watching over everybody. And so we're going to play those 2 songs, and then I'm going to head over to JT Maxey's and watch my my nephews perform. So check this out. This is Steve and my father and Ernie Bellinger, followed by the stuff they did on, I want to say it's By the Sea. That was the first one they recorded, but don't quote me on that. It could be on the other one, which is Old Cape Cod. I'm not sure, guys, to be honest with you, but here is the video for the tribute to my dad. Dad, love you. I'm glad I got this stuff to look back on to see, seeing all that stuff. So check this out, and then we're going to take off. So I appreciate you guys being here. Next Thursday evening is going to be, it's going to be a toss-up. It's either going to be a Glass Pony interview or the Lauren Petrie interview. And then the week following that is going to be the one that wasn't on. So, but I'll be here nonetheless to annoy you and to piss you off or whatever. So till then, guys, please tune in next week. Follow us on all the socials. It's facebook.com/That Fuzz and Rock Show. YouTube.com/That Fuzz and Rock Show. Instagram and TikTok is @That Fuzz and Rock Show. UpstateRecords.com. Make sure you guys are checking that out. Check out the Kings Inn every Wednesday night for open mic night. And go to ShuffleExtreme.com. Listen to some cool music while you're out there. All right, so that's that. Here's the video, and then I'm done. See you guys next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Couldn't do this without you. Love you all. And this one's for you, Pop.
We'd like to end with one of the cliche banjo songs. I'm going to do it a little bit different. Not a lot, just a little bit. My own way. 5'2". I can't afford it for mine, but could she love and could she woo? Ah, could she coo? Has anybody seen my gal? Any? Thank her, but could she love and could she woo? Ah, could she now, could she coo? Has anybody seen? Has anybody seen? Has anybody seen my gal? Thank you.
I've got a gal that's mighty sweet, big blue eyes and tiny feet. Her name is Rosabelle McGee, and she tips the scale at 303 OG. Ain't it grand to have a gal so big and fat that when you go to hug her, you don't know where you're at. You have to take a piece of chalk in your hand and hug a ways and chalk a mark to see where you began. One day I was hugging and a chalking and a hugging away, when I met another fella with some chalk in his hand, coming around the other way around that mountain, coming around the other way. Now nobody ever said I'm weak. My bones don't ache and my joints don't creak, but I go absolutely limp every time I kiss my baby Blip. Oh gee, ain't it grand to have a gal so big and fat that when you go to hug her, you don't know where you're at. You have to take a piece of chalk in your hand and hug a ways and chalk a mark to see where you began. One day I got a yen for someone leaner. She was meaner than a mink in a pen, so I left her. Now I'm happy as a fella can be, hugging and chalking once again round my Rosie, hugging and chalking once again.